What if I told you the fastest creature alive isn't being chased? He's hiding. Not because he's weak, but because the world would tear him apart if they truly saw him. This isn't just a fun story about a blue hedgehog. This is a story about loneliness, power, and what happens when someone who is everything still feels like nothing. Because the moment Sonic stopped running away, everything changed. And by the end of this story, you'll realize something deeper. Sometimes, the fastest person in the world is just trying to outrun being alone. The story opens with a mysterious blue creature named Sonic. He's a small hedgehog living alone on a peaceful island, but there's something very unusual about him. Despite his size, Sonic is constantly full of energy, always causing trouble wherever he goes. That's because he was born with a rare ability. He can run faster than anything alive. In just seconds, he can circle the entire island without anyone noticing. But there's one rule he's been warned about his entire life. Never let anyone see that power. Because the moment someone does, they won't just want it, they'll come for him. One day, Sonic rushes back home at full speed, thinking no one saw him. Waiting for him is Longclaw, the one who raised him like her own. She immediately warns him again. If he keeps using his speed, enemies will find him. Sonic brushes it off, confident that he wasn't seen. He even tries to lighten the moment, offering her a flower as if everything is fine. But this time he's wrong. Hidden in the distance, dangerous creatures have already spotted him. Without warning, they attack, firing straight at Sonic. Longclaw reacts instantly, grabbing Sonic and flying away to protect him. But just as they escape, an arrow strikes her midair. They crash hard to the ground, and for a moment, everything feels lost. Even injured, Longclaw forces herself up and looks straight at Sonic. She tells him the truth. His power will always attract danger. And now that he's been seen, this world is no longer safe for him. With no time left, she hands him a bag filled with glowing rings. These aren't ordinary rings, they can open portals to other worlds. She throws one forward, and a massive portal tears open in front of them. The enemies are closing in fast. With no other choice, Sonic runs through, leaving everything behind. 10 years pass, and Sonic is now on Earth. In a quiet town called Green Hills, a police officer named Tom lives a simple life. While checking speeding cars, something impossible happens. A blur shoots past him, faster than anything he's ever seen. The speed camera goes crazy, capturing numbers that make no sense. Confused, Tom checks the area and finds a strange blue quill. But he has no idea what he just discovered. Meanwhile, Sonic has grown older, but not any less playful. He spends his days running freely, treating the entire world like his playground. His home is a hidden cave in the mountains, built and organized by himself. Inside, he has everything he needs, even if he's completely alone. Sometimes, he plays games by himself just to pass the time. But no matter how much fun he creates, something is missing. One day, he accidentally knocks over his bag of rings. Instantly, memories of Longclaw rush back to him. She once told him that if he was ever discovered, he must escape to the Mushroom Planet, a place so isolated, no one would ever find him. But Sonic hates the idea, because it means living alone forever. And deep down, he doesn't want that life. Sonic spends his days secretly watching people from a distance. Among them, Tom stands out the most. Kind, brave, always helping others, everything Sonic wishes he had in his life. Night after night, Sonic watches Tom and his wife through their window. To him, they feel like family, even though they don't know he exists. But the more he watches, the more the loneliness starts to grow. Because no matter how close he gets, he's still completely alone. One night, that loneliness finally breaks him. Sonic runs at full speed, faster than ever before. His emotions spiral out of control, and so does his power. Suddenly, a massive energy surge explodes from him. In seconds, the entire city loses power. Everything goes dark. And just like that, Sonic has exposed himself to the world. The government immediately takes notice of the mysterious blackout. They have no explanation, no suspect, until one name is mentioned. A man known for handling the impossible, Dr. Robotnik. Brilliant, unpredictable, and dangerously obsessed with control. He arrives at the scene, taking over the investigation instantly. Using advanced drones, he begins scanning the entire area. And within moments, he finds Sonic's trail. From a distance, Sonic sees everything. The drones, the soldiers, the search closing in. He realizes the truth. Earth is no longer safe for him. With no time to waste, he rushes back home and grabs his rings. He has no choice now, he must leave. Even if it means going to the Mushroom Planet. Sonic runs straight to Tom's house, trusting the only person he believes is good. But everything goes wrong the moment Tom sees him. Shocked and terrified, Tom accidentally shoots Sonic with a tranquilizer dart. As Sonic collapses, his bag of rings slips from his hand. A portal opens, and the rings are gone, lost somewhere far away. And just like that, Sonic loses his only way out. When Sonic wakes up, reality hits him hard. Everything is gone. His escape, his safety, his future. And it all happened because of Tom. For the first time, Sonic isn't joking, he's broken. Now he's stuck on Earth, with enemies closing in and nowhere left to run. Meanwhile, Robotnik arrives at Tom's house, following the trail. He knows something is hidden there, and he makes one thing clear. If Sonic doesn't show himself, Tom will pay the price. With no other choice, Sonic steps out. But before anything happens, Tom knocks Robotnik out and escapes with Sonic. Now, both of them are officially on the run. At first, Tom wants nothing to do with this. He tells Sonic to go find his rings alone. But when Sonic breaks down, calling himself small and helpless, something changes. Tom realizes this is his fault, and for the first time, he decides to help. Together, they begin their journey to find the lost rings. As they travel, Sonic experiences things he's never had before. Fun, freedom, and something close to friendship. But beneath all of it, there's a painful truth. He knows this won't last, because once he finds those rings, he'll have to leave and go back to a life where he's completely alone. Their journey is cut short when Robotnik tracks them down again. This time, he sends machines designed to hunt Sonic down. One after another, they attack relentlessly. Sonic fights back using his speed, destroying each one. But the attacks don't stop, they keep evolving. Until finally, an explosion knocks Sonic unconscious. Tom takes Sonic to safety, refusing to give up on him. Together with his wife, they help him recover. Finally, they reach the building where the rings were lost. Sonic finds them, but instead of relief, he feels something else. Because now, the moment he's been avoiding has arrived. It's time to say goodbye. But before he can leave, Robotnik returns for the final battle. This time, he's stronger than ever, using Sonic's own energy against him. The fight explodes across the city, pushing Sonic to his limits. For a moment, it looks like Sonic is defeated. Robotnik believes he has won, until something unexpected happens. Hearing Tom call him his best friend changes everything. Sonic's power surges like never before. This time, he's not running away. He's fighting for someone. With everything he has, he turns the fight around and sends Robotnik far away to a world where he can never return. In the end, everything returns to normal. But for Sonic, nothing is the same anymore. Because now, he finally has something he never had before: a home. Tom chooses to protect Sonic's secret, even from the world. And instead of leaving, Sonic stays. Not as a fugitive, but as family. Now here's the part most people completely miss about this movie. On the surface, it looks like a simple action comedy. Fast character, crazy villain, fun adventure. But underneath all that, this story is actually built around one powerful idea: what it feels like to not belong anywhere. Sonic isn't just running because he's fast. He's running because he's afraid. Afraid of being hunted, misunderstood, or used. And that's something a lot of people can relate to in real life. Sometimes, people hide their true abilities, their real personality, or even their dreams, just to feel safe. And then there's Tom. Tom represents something very important in storytelling: grounded humanity. He's not the strongest, not the smartest, but he chooses to do the right thing even when it's inconvenient. That's what makes his character powerful. He doesn't just help Sonic. He gives him something no power ever could: belonging. Now let's talk about the villain. Dr. Robotnik isn't just evil for no reason. He represents obsession without empathy, intelligence without humanity. He sees Sonic not as a living being, but as a source of power to control. And that's a key lesson. When intelligence is not balanced with empathy, it becomes dangerous. Another thing this movie does very well is contrast isolation versus connection. At the beginning, Sonic has freedom, but no one to share it with. By the end, he has people, and that changes everything. Because real happiness doesn't come from what you can do alone. It comes from who you can share your life with. Also notice this: Sonic only becomes his strongest version when he stops thinking about himself and starts fighting for someone else. That emotional trigger is what unlocks his full power. And that's not just storytelling, that's a real-life principle. Purpose amplifies ability. Now here's a question for you. If you had Sonic's power, would you hide it to stay safe? Or would you risk everything to live freely? Drop your answer in the comments. I actually want to see what you think. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, this level of storytelling, and you want more recaps that don't just show you the movie, but make you feel it, make sure you like this video and subscribe to join the D Billions family. Because here, we don't just watch movies. We break them down, we feel them, and we understand what they really mean. I'll see you in the next one.